I'm Ankita Robin and welcome to SG Global News. From President Trump pardoning 23 pro-life activists apprehended during the Biden administration to his decision to declassify all the remaining records of the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., we have many stories to cover. Donald Trump pardoned 23 pro-life activists jailed during the previous Biden administration. The Thomas More Society, a conservative Roman Catholic public interest law firm, had submitted a petition to the president prior to his inauguration seeking a presidential pardon for the activists. Father Fidelis Muczynski, a Franciscan Friar of the Renewal who was arrested for praying outside an abortion clinic, was among those who received the pardon. As pledged during his campaign, President Donald Trump issued pardons to 23 pro-life activists who were prosecuted for violating various sections of the FACE Act during the Biden administration. This move was one of Trump's earliest actions in his second presidency. Trump signed an order granting release to these activists and told reporters it was an honor to do so. He also criticized the Biden administration for detaining senior citizens who led peaceful protests, calling it ridiculous. Although the names of the pardoned activists weren't specified during the signing, the Catholic civil rights organization Thomas More Society confirmed the release of Father Fidelis Muczynski, a Franciscan friar who was jailed for almost a year for obstructing a Planned Parenthood clinic in New York. Thomas More Society, which advocated for the detained activists' release, hailed Trump's action as an early gift to pro-life activists participating in the March for Life. 2 weeks before the inauguration, Thomas More Society representatives submitted a petition to the outgoing president seeking the release of 21 activists with signatures from various Christian leaders and conservative activists. Vice President J.D. Vance will speak at the 52nd Annual March for Life at Washington, D.C. today. This will be the Vice President's first public event outside of the inaugural ceremonies. The White House has also informed that the President will address the participants in a video message. This year's March for Life features a stellar lineup of speakers including Bethany Hamilton, Ron DeSantis, Mike Johnson, John Thune, and Lila Rose, among others. March for Life organizers confirmed on January 23rd that the Vice President J.D. Vance will attend the 52nd Annual March for Life and speak at the rally. This will be the Vice President's first public event outside of the inaugural events. The White House also confirmed the remote appearance of President Trump at the rally later that day. According to reports, the president will address the crowd in a video message. The March for Life organizers has announced heightened security details in connection with the attendance of the vice president. In the 1973 case Roe v. Wade, the U.S. Supreme Court made abortion legal in all 50 states. The first March for Life was held in 1974 on the anniversary of this decision. Nearly 20,000 people took part in this demonstration against the practice and legality of abortion. Originally intended to be a one-time event, the March for Life continues to this day, 2 years after Roe v. Wade has been overturned. The pro-life activists believe that the fight against abortion is not over until a culture of life is built in the United States of America. Professional surfer, mother and wife Bethany Hamilton will deliver the event's keynote. Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives Mike Johnson, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, founder and president of Live Action Lila Rose are among the speakers of March for Life 2025. Father Jose Alcaraz, the commissary of the Holy Land for Mexico, has set out for Latin America with a replica of the statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary from the Basilica of the Annunciation and a reliquary containing a fragment of rock from her house in Nazareth. This pilgrimage, which will last 5 years, is intended to travel through Mexico and Latin America, stopping in various cities and offering the faithful the opportunity to touch an actual piece of the Holy Land. A replica of the statue of the Virgin Mary from the Basilica of the Annunciation in Nazareth, along with a fragment of stone from Mary's home, has embarked on a pilgrimage to Mexico and Latin America. This initiative was proposed by Father Jose Alcaraz, commissary of the Holy Land for Mexico, who reflected on the idea that the Virgin Mary might visit those unable to journey to the Holy Land. As a result, the decision to create a replica of the statue was made, and artist Santiago Ocampo Higuita was commissioned to produce it. The statue has been aptly named the Pilgrim of Hope. Accompanying the statue is a fragment of stone from Mary's home in Nazareth, encased in a wooden reliquary adorned with mother of pearl. The reliquary was designed by architect Vincenzo Zuppa and crafted by the Picarillo Center in Bethlehem. The pilgrimage began on Monday, January 20th, with a Holy Mass at the Basilica of the Annunciation in Nazareth. The Mass was presided over by Father Francisco Patton, Custos of the Holy Land, who entrusted the reliquary and the statue to Father Alcaraz. Over the next 5 years, the reliquary and the statue will be carried in procession through various cities, offering the faithful the opportunity to connect with a tangible piece of the Holy Land. President Donald Trump signed a significant order on Thursday to release documents related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. President Trump, who signed the executive order extending to the declassification of confidential documents related to the untimely deaths of Robert F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr., stated that the families of the deceased and the American people deserve to know the truth behind these unfortunate events. President Donald Trump signed an executive order on Thursday to declassify records related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. President Kennedy was assassinated on November 22, 1963, while riding a presidential motorcade through Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas. Lee Harvey Oswald, a former U.S. Marine, was apprehended in connection with the assassination. Oswald fatally shot the president from the nearby Texas School Book Depository. President Kennedy was rushed to Parkland Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead 30 minutes after the shooting. Texas Governor John Connally, who was riding with the President and First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy, was also wounded in the attack. 2 days later, Lee Harvey Oswald was fatally shot by Dallas nightclub operator Jack Ruby during a live television broadcast. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy has been the subject of numerous conspiracy theories over the years. It is speculated that over 3,000 records connected to the assassination remain classified. President Trump's executive order also calls for the declassification of all remaining documents related to the assassinations of Senator Robert F. Kennedy and Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. In the order, Trump stated that the families of the deceased and the American people deserved transparency and truth. He emphasized that releasing all records related to these assassinations was in the national interest. The order directs the Director of National Intelligence and the Attorney General to coordinate with the Assistant to the President for National Security Affairs and the Counsel to the President to develop a plan for the full and complete release of these records within 15 days.
Lastly, sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years, for decades. And everything will be revealed. Okay? Give that to RFK Jr.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
After signing the executive order on January 23rd, President Trump directed that the pen he used to sign the document be given to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the nephew of President John F. Kennedy and Trump's nominee for the position of United States Secretary of Health and Human Services. That's all for today. Until we meet again, God bless and thank you.